Number two, this is going to be a cognitive behavioral therapy approach, which I do find really useful, and it's reframing your thoughts. So at the end of the day, it's been proven time and time and time again in the science world and psychology world, but also if we're getting a little woo-woo here, this is the mystic therapist. So in manifestation and spirituality and Buddhism and all kinds of things, thoughts do affect you a lot. Your thoughts affect you a lot. So you need to check in with the way that you're thinking and try to reframe it. So ask yourself, is this thought actually true? What is the probability of this actually happening? Where is the evidence for my thought? What is a more balanced perspective? If I told my friend or if I told my therapist or whoever the thought that I'm having, what would they say to me? What would be some alternatives? So any way that you can widen your thinking, whether that's talking to another person, whether that's journaling about it, but just being aware of your little lens of thinking and being able to widen it a little bit can be extremely helpful. So checking yourself, offering yourself a more balanced perspective, challenging your thinking. This could be a whole other episode in itself, but reframing your thoughts, just start there. Pause when you notice the destructive thinking and choose another way because it is affecting your anxiety more than you realize. Okay, so the third thing that will help with your anxiety is stop avoiding the thing. Exposure therapy. One of the most effective ways to get rid of anxiety. Avoidance feels great in the moment, right? Like it feels great, but it's actually teaching your brain that the thing is dangerous. So like a lot of people get uncomfortable with their emotions. And so they'll go to drugs or escapism or ways to numb out. That's all avoiding. A lot of people have social anxiety, so they just won't go to social things. Like, of course, much better. Love this for me. So many different ways people avoid, but it's basically just not doing the thing that's making you anxious. So maybe it's driving on highways. Of course, is there risks to driving? Like driving can be unsafe. We can't always control what other people are going to do, even if we're driving really well. However, what is the likelihood of actually getting in a crash? Is this preventing me from doing things that I actually want to do by not going on the highway, right? So trying to expose yourself to the thing that feels dangerous because every time you avoid it, you're reinforcing the fear. It's getting more and more big in your head. It's going to be harder. And you want to expose yourself in a way that feels safe. So in therapy, I do this with a lot of people, is there's like a hierarchy of exposures and we can start at like a 10 out of a 100. So what feels like a little bit of an exposure? Maybe it's just imaginary, like imagining yourself driving on the highway, or maybe it's being in the car with someone as they drive on the highway, or maybe it's driving past the highway, right? And we build ourselves up to actually doing the thing. So jump into it and just shock your nervous system. But you got to find ways to ease it, okay? And this can look so many different ways. Like someone who has social anxiety. What's a way that you can get over social anxiety? Well, starting at a level 10, maybe you just text your friends. Maybe you just text people, "Hey, what's up? How are you doing?" Okay? Maybe that's a lot for you to do that. Maybe another thing is sitting and watching a YouTube video of being at a party. I know this sounds silly, but I promise this works. And there can be so many different alternatives, but maybe it's sitting there and imagining yourself at this event. Maybe it's going to the grocery store and asking the cashier a question. Maybe that's like your level 30 or 40. Maybe the next one is going to coffee with somebody and just staying there for 30 minutes. Okay, so you start to see how you slowly start to build yourself up and you will start to eliminate the social anxiety. And that's for any anxiety. You can create an exposure therapy plan for yourself.